Allez, on s'approche de la grande finale de la journée et avec nous Matthew McNeil. Matthew, we're coming closer to the final now, but before there is 3 more games and this game coming is very interesting. Il reste 3 matchs et ce match qui arrive est plutôt intéressant entre l'expérience et la jeunesse, between the experience of Chris Viale and the youth of Nora, who just won against Manon.
Yeah, Chris is a very experienced player. He's a crafty veteran, and he is not going to beat himself. That is, he's not going to miss a makeable spare, and he's not going to give away pins to Nora. Nora's going to have to out-bowl and out-strike Chris, so she's going to have her hands full.
Vous l'avez compris, Chris Viale est le grand favori de ce match. Eh ben, on va voir d'ici 25 minutes, une demi-heure, eh bien, si Matt avait raison.
And once again, thanks very much, Olivier and Matt. And here we are with the quarterfinal match of the 2021 Bowling Promotion Tour Masters Stepladder. And here's Nora Johansson, the number 4 seed, starting off by crossing over. And she knows that ball hooked in the mid lane more than she wanted. And she gets the Jersey squasher strike. So give Nora the strike right out of the gate. And here is our first look at Christopher Viale. And Christopher, of course, a very, very tough competitor out of William Patterson University, bowled many events around Long Island. He's the current president of the New England Bowlers Association, and along with wife Amy, have been to several of the Bowling Promotion Tour matches. And he starts things off with a beautiful shot. That's right in the middle of the lane. That's deeper than anyone else has been playing, and I think that's where you need to be now to get head oil. And he gets a perfect strike to kick things off. And Matt, I have to agree with you. Christopher will not give an inch. He's a very, very tough competitor. And it's been my pleasure to bowl with and against Christopher for many, many years here in the New England area. So let's see how Christopher makes out. Once again, Bruce Hall here. I'm your international voice of these Bowling Promotion Tour matches, sponsored by Cubica AMF. And as I said, we're getting down to it. We're here in the quarterfinal. And can Christopher strike again? And he does. He likes that zen reaction. He gets the ball through the heads and still has a very strong mid lane and goes right through the pins perfectly. So some wonderful shots there by Christopher to kick things off. And Nora may well have her hands full here if she can't figure this out. Once again, the winner here bowls Carl Eklund, and then we're on to Daria Payok, and beautiful shot there by Nora. So here we are, perfect through 2 frames, and unlike the last match where Nora eked out a victory against Manon Gracier, and neither lady could really get themselves perfectly lined up. Both bowlers start with a strike here. Now remember that Nora Johansson gets an 8-pin advantage by international rule, and we will bake that in as we call her score. So right now, she's enjoying a 8-pin lead and then leaves the ringing 10. A good shot, a much faster shot on that drier lane on the left lane. And she's in deep now, about where Christopher is. That's over the 4th arrow. And pretty good shot there. You see the 6 wrap around the 10. Textbook ringing 10 for Nora. Nora, but 18 years old, and what a future this young lady has in front of her with all that power, and also good spare shooting. She makes the spare there. So instead of 29 in the first, we'll give her 37. And Christopher, even if he strikes here, he'll need a strike here to get caught up to make up for the 8-pin advantage that Nora gets by international rule. Christopher from the Springfield area of New England, about 50 miles or so west of Boston. And a pretty good shot there by Christopher. 3 perfect flush strikes for Christopher. He came to play, and he's deep. He's got the right equipment. He's hitting the ball hard. Look at that turn right to the pins. Perfect break point, and can't do it any better than that. Let's see if Christopher can keep it going here in the fourth. Christopher, of course, president of Cambridge Credit Counseling Corporation, providing credit counseling services for folks, and also has hosted several of the Bowling Promotion Tour folks over here, including Halvar Hagar Nielsen right behind him. And we also saw Sarah Hood, and we saw Carl Buckley. And another perfect shot by Christopher, front four for Chris Viale. He's lined up and he knows it. And Nora Johansson with her hands full here with the crafty veteran Chris Viale. And perfect shot there. He's a little bit deeper on that left lane, which you have to be because it's drier. And he knew it was a good shot, and he knew it was perfectly in the pocket. And game on. So there is his wife, Amy, right over Nora's left shoulder there. And let's see how Nora does. A perfect shot for Nora. Nora's missed but once. And she's down 13 only by virtue of her 8-pin handicap. And she can cut it to 3 with a strike here. So we've got a wonderful match going here. High scoring match. Scores had not been that high recently as the lanes transitioned and bowlers moved in, tried to find more head oil, and now they're way deep. Whoa, look at that shot. And now they've got it really figured out, so everybody's are deep, and it's right over the fourth arrow. Nice firm shot, perfect through the pocket, and another what we call a vortex strike there for Nora Johansson to get it within 3. So Christopher, even though he's got the front four, finds himself with some pressure to stay ahead here. He's going to take his time. Lined up deep. And once again, hits his mark. Perfect, a 5th perfect shot in a row for Chris Viale. And he's looking very strong. And look at that go down through the front of the lane, turns on the back. These are all basically carbon copy shots of one another. And he hasn't even had a slap 10 or a mixer. Every shot has been dead flush in the pocket. So can he keep that going? Let's get that pin up on that Zen, which gives you length, and then the ball, when it sees friction, likes to react a little bit harder. Good type of a layout for exactly what Chris is trying to do now, which is go deep and throw it out to the dry area that's been created by the earlier play, and then bounce off that dry and come back into the pocket. So Christopher perfectly lined up, and there's a balk. Obviously wasn't comfortable and steps back. Christopher will be president of NEBA for this coming year. At the end of 2022, he will step down, and yours truly will take over as president. And I'm first vice president right now, working very closely with Chris on promoting New England bowling, and we're having a very good time of it. And Christopher, he got that one out to the right a little bit, but he gets the slap 10. As soon as we talked about every ball flush, he got one a little bit to the right, but it comes back. And look at the slap 10. He says, bowler's best friend, thank you very much. Come on now, let's go. Front 6 for Christopher Viale. And here's Nora, all of a sudden, needs a double just to try to keep up here. And nice firm shot. It comes up a little high for a nasty 9-pin. Oh, that's just filthy. That was a beautiful shot. And watch this ball just plow right through the pocket. It's going to just leave that 9-pin completely untouched with all that power. And just a terrible break for Nora Johansson as she tries to keep up with the perfection of Christopher Viale. So Nora cruising at a 220 pace, 226 pace. Christopher perfect with the front six, puts him in the at least the 50s, 50 over 40 something. That so a good 25 pin lead or so now for Christopher. And Nora, wasting no time, gets up and watches one snap through the beak. And that's going to be trouble for Nora. She's going to need to try to get all of these here and go 253 would be her maximum at this point, assuming she makes this and strikes out. And gets it on the inside. No trouble there for the spare. And bowlers who are accomplished when they shoot the 3-6-10 report that they just throw at that 3-pin and hope, because it's not an easy spare to make. And here's Christopher looking to extend his front six. Can he achieve perfection here on the Bowling Promotion Tour? We're here at Silverbowl in Beaucouze, France. Beautiful city about 200 miles northwest of Paris. And again, all these bowlers bowled 32 games of qualifying to determine their seating position. Nora seated number 4 and Christopher number 3. And another perfect shot by Viale. Front 7 for Christopher. And here we go. Hang around after this match. There'll be interviews with both the players. And Christopher, a good extension, gets it through. And just like all the others, perfect flush strikes. Now Christopher for the front 8. And Nora Johansson getting steamrolled here by Christopher. I think he got himself deep enough to do it. I think this is really the line that some of the previous power players needed to get to more quickly, including Quinton and Michael Koch and some of the other folks who started to have trouble. Christopher wasting no time, going very deep. And another perfect shot. There is the front 8 for Christopher. Next time he gets up, he'll be going for 300. And he says no trouble there. And he certainly is a little bit more left on that drier lane, using it to his advantage, throwing it out to the dry area created by folks like Manol and some of the other straighter players, using all of that to his advantage. And here's Nora. That one's out to the right, but comes screaming back. And a beautiful shot there by Nora. Nora's not going to win this match, but she's going to be back. She's a tough competitor with a wonderful game. And here's Nora in the 9th. Once again, an 8-pin handicap, but it's not going to be enough. And we'll see her throw this shot. That's going to go high. Yeah, you can tell if you don't really get that ball way to the right, it picks up in the mid lane where the dry boards are. And that ball hooks through for the 310 baby split. So it will be Christopher Viale coming up against number 2 seed Carl Eklund of Sweden. And the winner there will face the number 1 seed Daria Pajok from Poland. Again, all these folks bowling 32 games of qualifying. Carl Eklund averaging 232 to lead all scoring. Daria Pajok averaging 226, but again, she gets that 8 pins per game. So Christopher averaged 220. So Carl Eklund by far with the highest scoring, raw scoring, in the stepladder. And we'll see how that match goes with Christopher and Carl. And here is Viale going for number 9. And, flat 10. Oh, darn. That's a very good run there by Christopher. And unfortunately, just can't get the roll. He got it out a little bit to the right on the tighter lane. I think if he had made that same mistake on the left lane, he probably would have struck. But here he gets it out a little bit, leaves a 10 pin, and makes that 10 pin. Christopher now with a max of 279 if he were to strike out. And once again, stick around for player interviews after this match, and looking forward to our next match of Christopher Viale against Carl Eklund in the penultimate match here, and then it will be Daria Payok, and that will conclude the 2021 Bowling Promotion Tour. And there's the strike he was looking for last time. So will Christopher complete the 279? And once again, should be fireworks between Christopher and Carl Eklund. Carl with the highest scoring pace of anyone in net score, but Christopher here staring at 279 and obviously very well lined up on this championship pair. And slaps the 10. We're in the 270s, and one more strike for 279 for Christopher Viale. And there's Amy laughing in the background, cheering on her husband. And some claps for the last shot here. And Christopher coming up to complete things, gets it left and goes across for the Brooklyn, or the Cali as we might call it. And there is the 279, almost perfecto for Christopher Viale. And we'll watch Nora close out her game, and then we'll sign off, and we will be back with you for the semifinal match. And once again, stick around for player interviews. And there's a shot through the beak for Nora, leaving the 6-10. And Nora will be in the 211 max range if she makes this. And chops it. Oh, that's nasty. Well, nonetheless, a good game by Nora at 200 even. We will see much more of that young lady. Congratulations, Chris Viale, on 279. And we will see you back on this YouTube channel for the semifinal match. And once again, stick around for player interviews.
Et la victoire sans conteste de Christopher Viale, 279 à 200. Alors on va lui poser la question dans un instant. Il n'a pas fait 300 et c'est son grand regret. Nora, he was too good.
Yeah, he had a very good line and I didn't get all the pins to fall, so he played great.
Il a très bien joué. Did you learn a lot from him? Est-ce que vous avez beaucoup appris sur ce genre de rencontre?
No.
Alors non, finalement, elle n'a pas beaucoup appris. Thank you very much anyway, Nora. Christopher, 279. That's the highest score today.
Yes.
But you didn't do 300. That's your big regret?
Yes, it's my big regret because I want Bruno's money. We need a 300 on TV. So yeah, no, it was good though. Oh, and come on, look at Nora. Incredible bowler. So for me to beat her, I'm just so happy, thrilled.
Il est très content d'avoir réussi à battre Nora parce que elle était très forte en face. Thank you very much, both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.